all children are artists. The problem is how to remain an artist once he grows up is a famous quote from Pablo Picasso, the influential artist in the Cubism period. Children are imaginative and creative. They draw and paint for fun and to express themselves. However, for adults, their perspective when approaching arts is often complicated through accumulated life experience that switch their cognitions towards arts. They always think that artists are the artistic genius with exquisite painting techniques, so they can hardly be an artist. Actually, art is a way to express ourselves. There is no right or wrong in creating artworks. Just enjoy the process and all of you can be an artist. In Hong Kong, many artists involved in art projects that encourage public participation in arts. They run workshops to provide an artistic platform for the public, which they believe the creativity and imagination of public can be expressed through the arts activities. And now, let us look into an art project that is specifically organized for the children to see how it connects children's creativity and imagination with the toys. Recently, the Hong Kong K11 Art Mall in Tsim Sha Tsui has collaborated with a well-known local artist, Lam Tong Pan, to create an art space for children to play and relax named the Toy Stop. It is opened to public for free in the Chill K11 Art Space from the 9th of January to the 7th of March in 2016 from noon to 10 p.m. There are totally 4 stones inside the toy stop. The toys and theaters is some small toy stores with different creative materials such as puzzles, toys animals, and toy kitchen utensils that encourages children to play with the toys by using their own imagination. Construction as play is an 8 meters long table with toy blocks for children to build their own city. Soft Structure Park allows children to freely stick the soft structures in different shapes on the wall, and the reading areas is equipped with pillows, mini tables and chairs, and storybooks on the bookshelves, which is a cozy and relaxing zone for family to read together. The 4 songs act as different functions to stimulate children's creativity and to provide a place for family to spend time together as family education and communication. The Toy Stop is not only a stop for both children and parents to escape from their busy life, it also creates a platform to get people involved and play in their own perspective. It provides a totally different experience for being in a shop since people cannot buy anything in that shop but to create their artworks and interact with others.
The founder of the Toy Stop project that we have mentioned before, Lam Tong Pan, is one of the famous artists in Hong Kong who is frequently involved in public art activities. Before talking about his ideas of this project, let us introduce his personal background and the previous artworks to all of you. Lam Tong Pan is one of the famous Hong Kong artists. After graduating from the Department of Fine Arts at COHK in 2002, Lam was awarded a Hong Kong Arts Development Council scholarship and studied for a Master of Fine Arts degree in England. In 2005, he picked up the Hunting Art Prize Young Artist of the Year in London. His art has been exhibited all over the world and collected by various institutions and private collectors in the UK, US, and Hong Kong. He usually uses both traditional and non-traditional materials to produce thought-provoking pieces engaged with the ideas of memories, history, or reflecting the specific situation of individuals or groups. They are mostly related to specific situations or social contents, and some of them are in monument scale. All of the works are given a touch of humanity that makes them more approachable. One of the well-known artworks of Lam is Vanish that created in 2008. In his work, we can see that there are 3 polar bears living in a terrible environment. The flames melt the floating ice and imply that the polar bears will soon lose their home. It reflects the global warming issue in our world, that polar bears are facing the problem of extinction due to the climate change. Lam loves drawing on plywood by using charcoal. In this work, he outlines the polar bears and the floating ice with charcoal and used colors with relatively low intensity, which we can still see the marks of the original woodboard. The orange sky refers to the warm weather, while the blue water refers to the icy ocean in the North Pole. The black marks on the canvas pollute the original white and clean living environment of polar bears. Orange and blue, white and black are 2 pairs of complementary colors, which create a contrasting atmosphere on the canvas. The message of Lam is that he wants viewers to relate the situation of polar bears to our daily life. We are sometimes like the situation of polar bears, that we are changing the others or being changed by others. The problem is how we react with these changes. From this work, we can see that Lam Tong Pang uses the social images which the viewers are familiar with to present his personal observation to the society and leave spaces for viewers to reflection.
The sinking work is the artwork being exhibited in Lam's solo exhibition play at E-Space Louis Vuitton at Tsim Sha Tsui in 2014. It is a 5 meters long landscape painting. In the painting, we can see some floating islands in a turbulent sea. The main focus of this artwork is the prosperous island with lots of modern buildings floating in the center. There are a giant porter who carries 2 weights across his shoulders behind the island. At the left-hand bottom corner, there are a group of desperate fishermen on a little boat, trying hard to paddle the boat over the rocking waves. The use of strong outlines and colors with low intensity and low values resemble the traditional Chinese ink painting. The original painting is in cold blue tone and look a bit dull. But after adding those colorful stickers on it, the tone becomes more vibrant, which gives a playful sense to the painting. The use of funk materials, especially toys, combined with the painting has been one of the features of Lam's recent art practice. Toys are the objects that people are familiar with, but create different meanings to different viewers. In this artwork, children may think it's a utopia because it's a city with colorful toy flowers, while for the adults, it may be our memories or history of them. Therefore, Lam Tong Pang tried to use the elements that viewers are familiar with to get viewers involved in the painting and have some reflection about the topic.
In Lam Tong Pang's previous artworks, we can observe his unique personal painting habit that he loves to draw on plywood or woodboard with charcoal and acrylic. In the layer of the toy stop, we can trace back to Lam's previous artworks, like some of his previous paintings are painted on the walls and some of his artworks are placed in the display boxes. However, comparing with the previous works, we can't see a strong linkage with the society in the Toy Stop project. Why he would have such a change in the art-making direction, what he would like to achieve in this project. So, let us see how he described his artistic intention and ideas.
I think my early works like Condition or Vanished, the one you mentioned, actually is an image which from the newspaper, and that's why you may think it's quite related to social issues. But actually at that time I'm thinking about how as a person or as a human you are in the society and how you face the change. And sometimes you're being changed. It's like a polar bear. You are being changed and then the environment is changed. So you face this kind of changing. And so at the same point, I can say it's a kind of, I use the social images to present some of my personal observation of the society. So I can't really tell it's about the social issue or about my personal thought, because I think it's always mixed. So recently when I do with more like a playful elements, like toys and all these playful images, even the projects, I think that actually is a kind of extension from my painting practice, which I would like to involve more about the people around, and even I would think it's like a project which the people get involved or become part of the project. So, but anyway, I mean, for me, I can't really could distinguish the personal feeling or the social issue. I think it's always mixed together. If you're particularly talking about the toy shop, that project, or like the playful elements I put in my recent practice, that actually came from my painting practice, which I try to involve different elements and maybe even some like interaction with the audience. And I think it's important for me to find a space to escape from your like daily experience. So I mean, for example, the shop, I would like to make a room for people who get in, enjoy, or like they have a moment of stop. Their busy life, and then to enjoy the space. So actually the idea is very simple, but the point is how you use the art space as a shop, but the shop actually you couldn't shop anything, so you can just enjoy, and it provides a different experience of being in a shop, and this is what I really want to do, and that's why I came up with the idea to do this whole show. As what I said before, like the project or the workshop is kind of extension of my practice. And so it's not about like you create an object and then you put in an art space. It's more like I try to think about the people to get involved and the whole things that makes the project together. And so I start to think about like a project or like some workshop which include people in the whole project. And one of the workshop I did with the Hong Kong Museum of Art is originally it's quite simple. They invite me to deliver a workshop, which like I teach or like I tell people how to do to make what a object or things. But then I think about what if I make a workshop which is try to invite different people to create an idea to propose another workshop. So I mean in that workshop I actually divide in two sessions. The first session is I make it like a small group of people, and it's like workshop actually, but everyone is equal, and then we try to put our ideas together and to see what we can experiment with the museum setting. And so then we create different type of small workshop and deliver to the public again. So this is like a few like steps and step by step to deliver the project. And it also is not about only the artist's idea, it's about how artists invite other people and work together. So I mean, like even the toy shop, the project is the same. I make a interface or a platform which the people can involve or intervene in this project, and they create another dimension of the project itself, or they even like they get involved and they play with the project from their perspective, and all together actually it create a lot of different meanings. And this is what I'm trying to do in the workshop.
From his workshops and art projects, we can see that art making is not limited to one's identity. Everyone has their own life experience, which significantly affect how they create their artworks. Everything in our life can be the subject matter of the artworks. Art can be as ordinary as a few strokes to express personal feeling. In the creation process of art workshop, artists and the public can interact with each other to share their lives and values. It is a platform of communication to let you know more about yourself and the others. Therefore, artworks do not exist alone. It needs the participation of others to complete its meaning. In Hong Kong, there are many ways for us to participate in art-related activities. For those who are interested in visual art, apart from visiting the museums in Hong Kong, you can also go to the artistry in Taikoo Place, the Jockey Club Creative Arts Center, and Hong Kong Arts Center, named just a few to visit art exhibitions. Apart from that, world-class art events such as Art Basel and Art Central are held annually in Hong Kong, which allows people to see outstanding artworks around the world. Make a Difference is a collaborative platform founded in 2009 that aims at inspiring and empowering young people all over Asia to come up with creative responses to the time's challenges. It works as the intersection of creativity, entrepreneurship, discovery, and innovation to bring about positive changes in Asia. MET organizes different art activities for the young people around the year. For example, Good Lab is a movement for the young and good to do good. It is a round-the-year initiative of MET, which has presented a variety of innovative programs to inspire and support young people to take creative actions for social good. Live Art Daily is also a special event conducted by MET from spring 2016. Everyone is welcome to share their own thoughts towards art and life, and to create artworks together with the artists in this event. M+ is one of the projects in the West Kowloon Cultural District. It is a museum for visual culture that encompassing the contemporary art, design and architecture, and moving image from Hong Kong, China, Asia, and beyond. M+ Rover, the traveling creative studio, is the first school outreach program organized by M+ to promote art to the community. It is a pop-up space for exhibitions and workshops that tours to schools and communities in Hong Kong. M+ Rover emphasizes the creative collaboration between artists, teachers, and students. Participating artists will directly engage students as co-producer of their artworks through art making, role-play, games, and discussion. This kind of art-making process actually places more emphasis on the creative process than the resulting work.
Arts with the Disabled Association, ADA, is a non-government organization that organizes arts-related activities for the disabled in Hong Kong, with the vision of arts are for everyone. ADA provides opportunities for the people with disability to get access to, participate in, and enjoy the arts. Cross All Borders is the annual key program of ADA, altering between performing arts and visual arts, which provides a platform for the talented disabled to showcase their artworks. ADA also hosts exhibition tours, theaters with accessibility service to let the disabled to enjoy arts activities in Hong Kong. Arts in Hospital is a community art project for the hospital patients. It aims at bringing arts into the hospitals to provide a comfortable healing environment for those who receive medical treatment. It also involves patients and artists to take an active role in expressing and sharing their feelings through art making. Creative Art Workshop is an art project sponsored by the Community Chest, which is held in different hospitals regularly. It is a regular workshop for pediatric outpatients to ease their stress and anxiety levels towards hospital visits through art making. These organizations are just some local examples that encourage public participation in art. There are actually more artists and organizations devote themselves in promoting arts in this community. They have provided many opportunities for us to take part in their art workshops, exhibitions, and events. Can you imagine that you can also be an artist and collaborate with someone else? Actually, you can also contribute to public art projects too. Public art campaigns do not necessarily be large in scale that involve thousands of people, but they aim at providing a platform for the general public to enjoy arts and encouraging their interaction as well as communication with the artists and the others. We have carried out an art-making project to encourage public participation in art. Participants are ranged from the kids to the elderly, from the locals to the foreigners. We cut the cardboard into small pieces and asked people to freely draw on it with poster colors and oil pastel. Although the materials are simple, the quality of their creations are great. Art is simple. Just draw anything that you like. All participants enjoy the creative process and freely express themselves by using different shapes, colors, and brushstrokes to draw on the cardboard. We can't see exquisite techniques or marvelous concepts in these work, but we can see many creative and beautiful pictures.
Actually, by implementing this project, we also realized that the identity of the artist in Hong Kong has been changed. Art making is no longer the sole duty of artists, but also to interact with the general public. Artists are creators, but more importantly, the promoters of art. They bear the responsibility of art education. We appreciate the effort of Lam Tong Pang and other local artists that they concern with the community involvement. We can see the continuity of Lam's portfolio that he links his works with the art workshops. The public workshops not only allow people to actively participate in art making, but also serve as a tool for public art education. In addition, as an artist, Lam tried to bring out a question from his creations instead of giving a direct message. As mentioned in the interview before, Lam emphasized that he is not trying to give out a final statement about the issue in his works, because it is the role of journalists. Instead, he thinks in artist's perspective. It is to ask questions and let the viewers to think about the issue in their own perspective. It shows that the public participation is important in completing the meaning of the artworks. At the end of the project, we combine the cardboard pieces together. The individual works become a piece of stunning painting when they are grouped together. It is the power of collaboration. Not everyone is good at art, but it doesn't mean you can't create a piece of good art. Combining the individual effort together, we can see a fabulous scene made by the collaboration of people. Creativity and artistic quality can be shown in the work. Don't you think that everyone has the potential to be an artist?